Ready to learn how to make a flying machine in Minecraft Pocket Edition? I bet you are. Alright, well what we got here is a caterpillar engine. And a caterpillar engine is um, something that is very useful in building a robot or building a functioning ship or flying machine. You don't have to use a Caterpillar engine, but it's probably going to be a Caterpillar engine if you're making it. This is the core basis of a dual Caterpillar engine, and one of the things I wanted to warn you about is when I was building these things, I've corrupted a few worlds by simply just making machines, and when I built engines, and I got them to a point where they should work. The very minute I updated the signal, just like this, it would crash. The reason why this isn't crashing is because it's not a fully functioning Caterpillar engine, or else this would crash. From what I understand right now, it's not 100% like PC until they update it soon. So just giving you a heads up, if you plan to make these things, and if you plan to build this, make a new world, don't build it in your new world until you understand the build yet. Okay? That's the main thing. Here, I built a demonstration of what a looped caterpillar system, a dual looped caterpillar system, which should continue to extend forward, which then crashes the game, as you see. So, now that world is corrupt and I have to delete it because I can't go back on it. So that sucks, but now let's get into the flying TNT the flying TNT launcher. So this is a very, very, very interesting design that I modded, and I thought that would it needed something that would hold you in place, so a cockpit, and it needed a defense mechanism, which I decided it originally was just dropping TNT, like it was like a like a dropper, like a plane that would just drop bombs. But the problem that I ran into was the TNT kept falling right here, and it would if you got the idea, this is your cockpit, and if it falls into your cockpit and you can't destroy it, then you're like, oh no, and then boom, your whole design just gets blown up, and that sucks. So how this thing works is I'll show you real quick before I hop on it. Is this redstone torch, you remove it, which then activates it, and sometimes it has that little delay system, which don't worry, if you let it do its thing, it will go back to normal. But what really? Gosh. Sorry if the rain makes it lag. I'm sorry. If we had command box, I would make the rain go away, but come on, man. Like this sucks. I'm sorry. Okay. Next, I'll show you the TNT launcher part of this. So, you turn this on, and then bam. And now, every single time I drop a piece of TNT, boom, it shoots it forward as this piston ticks forward and back and forth, signaling the other piston, which is moving the whole machine. So, I pretty much just added a functioning, and if you time it right, you can just straight launch them, as you can see. And this works very, very, very well. And to just reset it, you just spam right here, and there you go. It's reset. Now I bet you're like, I can't wait to learn how to build this. Teach me how to build it already. Well, there's a couple things you need to understand before you go ahead and just build one of these. This is the engine part of it, and if you were to build this machine close to the ground like this, it's a very bad idea. And the reason why is because the very minute this slime block system, which every slime block system can have up to 12 slime blocks connected to it, being pushed or pulled by a piston. So, for example, if you didn't get that already, this one piston over here is connected to 12 slime blocks, and it can power all 12 slime blocks. The very minute it goes to 13, I have broken the piston laws, and it will no longer take or connect to it. It will have no function to it whatsoever anymore. But the very minute it goes back to 12, I can retract it and move it and do whatever I need to do. So when you're building these things or moving the design to a whole larger scale, you have to be careful on how many blocks that you're using in each slime block system. As you see here, there's only 2 slime block systems in this design, which makes it very easy to build and very there's not a lot of resources that you have to put into it. It's a sticky piston, 8 slime blocks, 2 redstone blocks, and a torch. That's not a lot, guys. And to make the cockpit, all you need is 1, 2, 3 more slime blocks, and to make the TNT launcher, all you need is 1, 2, so 5 more slime blocks, and the engine will become a machine that is very destructive with just another redstone block. So, what we have here is a cool demonstration of what happens once your slime block system gets to a larger scale of over 12. It will just fully stop working. As you see over here, it has now hit this grass block, which is underneath the slime block, which is then connected to all of these grass blocks. So these grass blocks will continue to have one grass block stuck to the bottom of the sticky piston, which then will power it, making it move every single step of the way this way. But let's say if I was to remove that grass with something like obsidian, which is an unmovable block. Those people who don't know about slime blocks and moving machines and shit, there's a very important function that you need to know called unmovable blocks, which is obsidian, furnaces, and there's a lot of them. You could just Google it and figure out which blocks are unmovable. But the very minute it gets to that unmovable block, as you see, it can cruise over it. So if this whole line was just obsidian, it would continue to just move it forward. I mean, it can move over it. And as you can see right here, this engine is it's a system where it's going to be pushing these blocks forward at a constant rate, always. No matter what's happening, if there's by up to 12 blocks, as you can see, it will continue to push forward because you're following the piston laws. Now, there's a lot of useful things that you could use with just that engine, and that's why I wanted to describe to you the importance of this engine before you just went and built it, because it's an engine. It's not just a flying machine, it's an engine. You could build a lot of stuff around that. So, how you're going to start the TNT design is you're going to simply started off pretty high because if the TNT gets kind of launched underneath you, then your whole design will get exploded, and that's never fun. I've experienced that, and that doesn't make a happy camper. So, next thing you do is you then place your two blocks up here like this, and then your sticky piston on top of it. Either side can be your cockpit. Whatever side that you put the redstone torch on will be the side that your cockpit is. So this is going to be the side that I decided to make my cockpit on. And I will wait until the end to build the cockpit, but I will set a redstone block on top of the extended piston. And now you have your two block system going down and then your two block system going this way, firing into a regular piston. And what this will do is every single time this sticky block piston system gets retracted, this will power this redstone, which will power this piston, which will then extend it again. Now, as this retracts, what happens is because this slime block is stuck to this regular piston, this slime block will pull that regular piston one block forward underneath this redstone block, which will then push or update this block in order to make it extend and push this slime block system forward. And that's why you have a functioning moving machine. In the very minute you release this, bam, there is your flying machine, as you can see. Now, if you accidentally forget to grab a redstone torch instead of a... Yeah, you saw what I did there. I made a mistake. It's okay. All people aren't perfect. Okay? So, this is how you would make the TNT launcher. It just goes 1, 2, 3 blocks. It goes 2 blocks up more than the regular design. So this is the regular design. You go up 1, 2, and bam. That's all you need to do to make it a launching device. So next is your cockpit. And the reason why I like putting a fence post here is because you'll see in a couple of seconds. Let's say I decide not to use that, and then... The heck? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so what it will do is it would launch me instead. So I bet you could find some uses for that. So yeah, as you can see, every single time I get onto it and I stop bouncing, I get shot off of it. So I'll show you again where I stop bouncing right here. It extends, then it powers. Boom, yeah, it shoots me forward just like that. So the reason why I put fence posts here is so that it locks you into place. You now have a cockpit, which you then can remove this torch from, and now you have a safe place to hang out in your moving device. You could pull out a bow, shoot some of the cool new arrows in 15.0, be like, yeah, what do you think about me now? I'm shooting poison arrows from a flying machine at you, creeper. I'm coming at you, man. You don't even know what's happening. Shooting TNT. Can you defend me? Can you defend me, creeper? Apparently, he's doing a good job. Uh, But as you can see, this is just an amazing design, and it is very, very, very well functioning, and that's why I wanted you to see its importance. I mean, there's a lot of factors in it, and the factors that will control it, stop it, and make it work in general. So there's a lot of things that you need to understand if you are to build these things, and they're very useful if you were to build them in your survival world, but extremely important to make a new world before you put them in your survival world in case you corrupt your world. That's pretty much everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more useful videos in the future. Have a good day.